Y'all really let the guy that does all this talking get his own podcast? Get it together, man. What's going on, everybody? It's Big Mall. We are here. We are chilling. I pray that you guys have been doing good. I pray that you guys have been blessed and have been a blessing to everyone that you've come across to, and not allowing things to affect you. I've been doing well. Man. I honestly, it's a vibe right now, man. It's a vibe. I'm in the dark. I got a candle lit, and it's like I just feel I'm in a good space, and not just right now for tonight, but I'm in a good space mentally, and I've been in a good space for quite some time now. I would probably say in the past month, and not that I've been depressed or anything like that beforehand, but I really feel like my soul is calm. It's at peace mentally. My mind is not clouded. It's not bamboozled. It's not, everything is clear and calm. Like I said, I feel great, and I want to thank God for that. I feel awesome. I am really at peace right now, and just being grateful for everything around me, the people in my life, the experiences that I've had, good or bad, and all those things, man. And I feel like once you get yourself into this mental spot, you'll feel the same way. But you have to put in the work by praying, reading, writing, staying away from your phones, just thinking the right things, doing the right things, practicing the right behaviors, changing up what you listen to, what you watch, your social media feed, all of those things, man. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I promise you. Now, I still have days where I get frustrated or annoyed or irritated, but I'm in a great spot right now, and I just thought I should share that with you guys. I pray you guys are feeling great, feeling blessed. So I want to give credit to this episode to a coworker of mine, a friend of mine. He listens to my podcast. He came up to me and he said, "Jamal, I have a great idea for a new episode for your podcast." And I'm always open to ideas. I'm always open to people, giving me insight and opinions and all these things. And he just laid it out to me, and he drew up this conclusion based off what he's going through right now. He loves to work out. He loves to go for runs, and he started his journey, I want to say around the time I met him, which was like a year ago. And he began his journey of trying to really identify who he is. He's been working on his self-esteem. I'm definitely proud of him. I'm not going to give his name because he kind of begged me not to give his name. So I'm not going to do that out of respect for him. But bro, you know who you are. I'm proud of you. Keep going. This episode is for you. He had a minor setback as far as his daily routine of running and working out and things like that. He suffered an injury. Now I'm not going to say what the injury is, what the extent is, how he suffered the injury, because I honestly don't want to misquote it and put the wrong information out there. So I won't. But he did suffer an injury, and he wanted me to talk about, to touch on how do you cope with having those type of setbacks when you are already in a routine, you are feeling good, you're feeling well, everything's clicking on all cylinders, right? And then boom, it just all has to come to a screeching halt, and it's not under your control. And he wanted me to touch on that, and because that's what he's dealing with. And honestly, this is a great topic because I've been through it. A lot of you guys have been through it. Whatever routine you are in, man, we don't like our routines getting disruptive. If you are a person that has your priorities in order, or getting them in order gradually, and you have a routine that you stick to day in and day out, 7 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever the case, and that routine has to get changed up, and something happens, yeah, it sucks. And we don't we don't prepare ourselves for that mentally, because we don't even think about it. We don't even see it coming. And honestly, that was me. My routine now is 5 days a week. I am working out. Some days I have to work out before work. Some days I have to work out during my lunch break. So they definitely changes. My routine definitely changes as far as the time that I have to work out. But the days that I work out, Monday through Friday, they don't change. There have been instances where they have had to change due to my wife's work schedule. And this was this past year, and last year, where if my routine got disrupted, I would be so angry. Not angry at my wife, because it's not under her control, but I would be angry at the fact that I can't go work out when I want to work out. When you have everything set, everything planned, and physically you're ready, mentally you're ready, and then you can't do it when you want to do it, and you can't work out the things that you want to work out at whatever time that you had planned. It sucks. Now, dealing with an injury, I have never dealt with an injury as far as working out wise. I had never had to stop working out, or slow down, or put it to a halt when I got injured and could not work out at all. I don't know how that feels, but I will tell you this: when it comes to these type of events happening, these are unforeseen events. You don't automatically just think to yourself, I'm going to go and today I'm going to go work out, and I'm going to go get hurt, and then I won't be able to work out for 2-3 weeks or a month. You're not telling yourself that. You're not thinking that. You're not thinking that you're going to go to work out and go get hurt. You're not thinking that you're going to go for a run and go get hurt. You're not thinking that you're going to get sick and you can't go to the studio to record that song that you have been taking the past couple of weeks of writing and perfecting, and you are ready to go in that studio and lay that track down and just go kill it. You weren't ready for that. You weren't thinking about that. Mentally, it's tough when these things happen. What we have to do first and foremost is, we don't want to think about those things happening, but we have to think about, in the event, what if they do happen? We want to be strong mentally, strong enough for one to not get, once our routine has a wrench thrown in it, we have to learn how to navigate around that and find a way to still be effective in what it is that we're trying to do. And if it does come to a fact that you can't be effective, you can't do anything of what you want to do due to that setback, then that is the time to reflect and be grateful for what you do when you're able to do it. If you work out hard, if you're always at that gym, and then it comes to a point where you can't because of life getting in the way or an injury, you have to be grateful for the times where you can get up and you can go out into that gym and you can go work out. You have to be thankful for just being able to have that ability. We don't think about how it feels to have those things taken away. It's kind of like whenever your nose gets stopped up and you can't breathe out of your nose. You can't inhale and exhale out of your nose. And it's like, oh my God, I have to breathe in and out of my mouth now. This is so annoying. My nose is stopped up, and naturally. It's an automatic reflex. You want to go in and breathe in and out of your nose, but you can't because your nose is all stopped up. And we're like, oh, I've taken that for granted. Don't take these things for granted, big or small. We don't know how we're going to react when we get things taken away from us. You want to do things as effectively as possible when you can do them. But when things happen and you can't, you can do one or two things. You can let it derail you. You can allow it to become an excuse to fall back from it. And if you end up falling off completely out of your routine, that can be your excuse. Well, I got hurt and now and I just couldn't get back. I couldn't get the ball back rolling after I got hurt. Oh, I got sick and I just could not get back to myself because I got so used to just laying around at the house. And now, no. When you physically can't do something, when we physically can't do the things that we want to do, and you have nothing else left to do, sharpen your mental. Sharpen your mental. Now is the time to grow internally. How do you grow internally? Read, write, pray, meditate. Work on your mental capacity. We have to learn how to be calm in situations that we get put into that take us away from the norm and what we're used to, because it can be very, very frustrating. It can be very, very invigorating. Our minds we are already complex human beings. We think a trillion thoughts, all at once. Our minds are just like, our brain inside of our head can be like pinballs, or our thoughts can be like pinballs. They are everywhere. We're thinking about our next move constantly. We're thinking about what we're going to do in tomorrow. We are already thinking about what's next. We don't focus on the now, the here, the now, the present. We don't do that enough until we have a setback, which forces us to get into that space where we have no other choice. Man, like I said, I would get so angry because I couldn't work out, or I would get so angry. Like, I used to play basketball every day, and if there was a day where I could not play basketball, I would get so upset because I couldn't go play basketball. And that's all I wanted to do, was go play basketball. So in that event that I could not go, in that moment, I would just be so angry, and it would affect the rest of my day. When it comes in terms of, in this sense, I'm speaking of working out, in terms of whatever routine you have going for yourself. Now, you know what? Not even just for working out, just whatever routine that you are in. The time away through life circumstances that are forcing you away. That time away, you can use that to strategize. Now, when you come back fully healthy, when you have the time to come back, whatever situation is derailing you from proceeding, strategize on how to come back bigger, better, bolder, more effective than ever. Go ahead, strategize, write it down, practice mindfulness, practice gratitude. And then when you get back into your routine, I want you to be thankful for it every single day. When you are working out, when you are in your shop preparing for your business, when you are doing whatever it is, or creating content, whatever you are doing, and you're all into the moment, and the ideas are rushing into your head, and you're feeling good, everything is flowing. Be grateful for that moment, man. Be grateful for the moment that you are in, the moment that your mind, be grateful for the moment that you are in, where your mind and your ideas are flowing and you are feeling positive. Those juices have your blood pumping because you just feel so confident in what you are doing. When you're in the gym working out and you're doing those reps and you looking in that mirror and you see your muscles extract and contract, and you see you are feeling you're getting the pump, and you also feel the pump. If you are a gym rat, you know what I'm talking about when I say the pump. And you feel that pump, you see that pump, and you're looking in that mirror, and you know that you are lifting those weights and you're doing it effectively. Be grateful for that moment that you are in your zone. You are in your bubble, in your world. You are doing something that you love to do. This is your routine. It is in full effect. No one is disrupting it. Love and relish that moment. I want all of us to practice that state and that art of gratitude. I remember being a kid. I think it was around the 7th grade. I had a teacher that had us practice gratefulness. We had to write in our agendas every single day one thing that we were grateful for. Now, as a kid, you know, you're not thinking about, you're doing it because it's an assignment. You're getting graded for it, and you probably think this is a easy 100 for the week. This is easy. You're not thinking in depth. You're not thinking about what it's doing to you mentally and emotionally. Allowing that practice is what was, or still is, allowing our minds to just recognize all of God's blessings around us. The blessings for food, for water, for clothing, for transportation, for shelter, for health, for laughter, man, for the breaths that we are taking, the steps that we are making. Back then as a kid, you don't think about those things. But when you grow up and just practicing more gratefulness, being receptive of the things that we have, the blessings that you have, is opening up for more blessings, more reasons to be grateful, because God not only sees you, he not only hears you, but he feels you. He feels your emotions. Remember, he created you. God created you. So of course he is going to feel your emotions. He's going to recognize those emotions. And he wants us to be thankful and grateful for all of our blessings. But he wants us to acknowledge that he is that source for those blessings. He wants us to acknowledge that without him, none of this will be possible. The things that we are able to do is because of him. So when he doesn't want us to feel empty. He doesn't want us to feel sorrow. He doesn't want us to feel those things, but we have to do those things in order to grow, in order to appreciate. Now, you can be grateful 1,000,000,000 times 10 for everything in your life. That doesn't mean that things won't get taken away. That doesn't mean that at all, because things will happen, unfortunately. That just simply means that is just a test to stretch you mentally. Now you can work on your insides. And then sometimes too, it's just, if you're going too hard, sometimes God will allow things in order for you to slow down just a little bit. You've been going too hard. You're going hard, young man, young woman. I see you, my child. You are doing great. I am proud of you, but you need to rest. Oh, you don't want to rest. I've been giving you these signs. I've been throwing these signs here. I've been throwing little hints there. I don't know if you recognize them or not. Maybe you do recognize them. Maybe you don't recognize them. I'm trying to get your attention. Okay, now I'll have to go a little further, a little deeper in order to get your attention. We don't know why God does the things that he does, and it's not up to us to figure it out. Now, if you have your own um assumption as to why God is doing what he's doing, your own opinion, then that's up to you. But we are not supposed to question him. You don't know what he's saving you from. You don't know what he's protecting you from as to why things aren't going the way you want to. You were supposed to go to this basketball game. You were supposed to go and do this, but then something else happened. Your car wouldn't start. Or, it was storming outside, so you couldn't even make the commute to the location. God does things sometimes in order to get us just to chill. So that injury may hurt. Maybe you were going too hard. Maybe all of the other signs you just weren't noticing. So God just decided to make you sit still, to make you relax, to make you calm yourself down and take a rest, take a break, and just chill out. But still, be grateful. Be grateful for when you have the moments to self-reflect, to just sit. Be grateful for when you are in your moments of bliss, when you are in your moments of you moving and doing the things that you want to do. It is awesome to have a routine. It is awesome to have time slots for the things you want to do in life, especially if they are extracurricular, especially if they are working towards your physical health or mental health or emotional health. It is great to have a routine so you can have things in order to the best of your ability. But let's not go crazy whenever those things get rocky because of some circumstances in life. Don't be down on yourself. Don't use that as an excuse to quit completely. No, you keep going. Strategize and plan to make yourself bigger and better when you come back. Use that as your motivation to come back even harder, to be more consistent, to be more strategic, to be more positive towards it or more energized towards it. Use that. Use those moments of setbacks. We like to say major setbacks. I want to call it mental setbacks, because when you physically can't do anything, if you were doing something physical and now you can't do it for whatever time or however long it is, now it's just a fight mentally. That's it. Now it's a fight mentally. Are you going to be down in the dumps? Are you going to be depressed? Are you going to be angry? Are you going to let it? Are you going to get so angry? Are you going to get so emotionally upset that you're going to allow it to affect your appearance? You're going to allow it to affect the way you communicate. You're going to let it affect your relationships, your friendships. All of that stuff is going to hurt you internally. I'm telling you now. And you can only hide so much until it starts showing on the outside. Setbacks, some of them you can see coming. Some of them you can't. But it doesn't matter if you can see them or not. When it happens, get a grasp on yourself and ask yourself, what will this teach me? I promise you, gratitude and just slowness and stillness. I promise you, you got this. I'm proud of you. Stay consistent. Stay in the fight. Mentally, mentally. That's all it is. It is all mental. It is all up here. Don't let a setback, don't let a wrench in your routine throw you off mentally. You will come back. You will come back better than ever. Stay focused. It's Big Mall, and we about to head out. I told myself when I came in here that this was going to be just a short little conversation, but it turned out to be just a little bit longer than I expected. But it's all good. We got it in, we got out. Make sure you guys have a blessed weekend. I said make sure because it is up to you. It is up to you to look around and be grateful. It is up to you to have positive thoughts, positive energy, positive conversations, positive interactions. It's up to you to be at peace. So I pray that you guys have a peaceful, rejuvenating, blessed weekend. The weather is starting to get a little cooler in the mornings and it's warming up, so we are getting closer to that weather where it's going to be cool all the time. So yeah, man, let's get it together. Y'all be blessed. God loves you. You love you. I love you. And I will catch y'all next time. Don't forget, follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Jamal Butler. That's JEMAHL Butler, BUTLER. Follow me on all platforms. You'll see the short videos, the short reels I post. And always remember, man, hit me up if you want to talk, if you need to vent, if you got ideas, whatever the case is, I'm here for you. And we all a family, man. I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.